Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Today we are going to discuss the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is called the most confidential knowledge. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya, Yoga. Every chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called Yoga. Bhagavad Gita is called Yoga Shastra. Yoga means the science of our relationship with the Supreme Lord. So, all these 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, they teach us how to re-establish our lost relationship with Krishna. Therefore, each chapter is called Yoga, and this book itself is called Yoga Shastra. So what we will do, this is a very important, interesting chapter, this 9th chapter. We will go verse by verse. We will also repeat the verses and try to understand the meaning of these verses. Is it okay? See, if you have in your phone, if you have Bhagavad Gita, you can actually open a website, prabhupadabooks.com. Please type prabhupadabooks.com. And we will read from there. prabhupadabooks.com. Did you get that? It will be like this, Prabhupada's image, and it says the original books of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Go to books, under books you go to Bhagavad Gita as it is, and there you go to chapter 9, BG 9, the most confidential knowledge. Okay? So we will be learning, or we will be reciting the verses and also understanding the meanings. There are only 34 verses in this chapter. So we will, please come in the front, already front row is empty. Come front. Okay, let us begin. Please show him the website, anybody. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam tu te guhyatamam Pravakshyami anasuyave Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam Yajnatva Mokshase Ashubhat. The Supreme Lord said, My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most secret wisdom, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. So very important point. Krishna is beginning, he is continuing to instruct Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and he is saying, Guhyatamam, I am going to speak to you the most confidential knowledge. Guhya means confidential, Guhyataram means more confidential, Guhyatamam means most confidential. Actually, what is that most confidential knowledge that Krishna is going to present in this chapter? The most confidential knowledge pertains to the knowledge about our relationship with Krishna and the knowledge of executing Bhakti Yoga. This is the most confidential knowledge. This is the conclusion of this chapter. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Krishna says, you just do 4 things. That's all. You will be situated in the right way and you will actually attain perfection in this life while living in this world, and you will also attain the soul's supreme destination. Just these 4 things we have to do. What is that? Manmana. First one, always think of Krishna. Number 2, Madbhaktaha, Bhava Madbhaktaha, become Krishna's devotee. Number 3, Madhyaji, worship Krishna. Mam Namaskuru. Number 4, offer your respects unto Krishna. If you do these 4 things, Krishna says, you will attain the highest perfection. So there are 2 types of dharma, Nitya dharma and Naimittika dharma. Naimittika dharma means duties that we are supposed to do based on our circumstantial situations. Situational duty, that is called Naimittika dharma. For example, you are all students here in this institute, and because of this situation, as a student, you are supposed to execute some duties of a student, correct? As a part of this institute, you are supposed to execute certain duties. These are circumstantial duties, correct? As a son or a daughter of your parents, you are supposed to execute some duties towards your parents. That is Naimittika dharma, situational duty. As a citizen of this country, we are supposed to execute certain duties with respect to the country. That is another example for Naimittika dharma, situational duties. Now, apart from this Naimittika dharma, we also have something called Nitya dharma, eternal duty. Nitya means eternal. What is the eternal duty of each person? For that, we should know eternally what we are. Eternally, we are not the body. Therefore, we are not students of IISc eternally. Eternally, you are not children of your parents. Eternally, you are not citizen of this country. That means beyond your temporary designations, you have got some eternal identity. Already Krishna has explained that before this in various chapters, especially in the 2nd chapter where Krishna talks about our real position. We are not the body, we are soul, and we are part and parcel of God. This is our eternal position, constitutional position. So with respect to that constitutional position, each one of us have got a constitutional duty, and that is called Nitya dharma, constitutional duty. As a soul, I have to execute certain duties. That is constitutional, that is eternal, that is Sanatana dharma, eternal duty of the soul. So in this chapter, in the 9th chapter, Lord Krishna is going to talk about our Nitya dharma. What is our constitutional duty? Because I am a soul, and because I am a part and parcel of Krishna, and because this is my eternal position, because of understanding that I am this eternal part and parcel of Krishna, I have to execute some duties. What are those duties? That is what Krishna is going to speak in this chapter. Now, why this is called the most confidential knowledge? Something is called confidential when you need special qualifications to access that. Correct? It is called, suppose there is a confidential data. The very meaning, it is called confidential means what? It is not accessible by everybody and anybody at any time and whatever, whenever you want. You need to have a certain qualification to get access to that data, information. That is why it is called protected data, confidential data. Another example, suppose there is a lot of money in your bank account. Can anybody and everybody go and draw that money from the ATM? No. You need to have that. First of all, you need to have the debit card or credit card, ATM card you must have, and you must also know the PIN number. So the owner of that account will have that card as well as the PIN. So it is PIN secured, password protected. Correct? So only you have access to that money which is there in your account. Correct? Now suppose somebody is very dear to you, you may share that PIN number with that person. Then he will also have that access to that your money. He can also go to the bank ATM and draw the money, draw the cash. So that is called confidentiality. To access something, if you need special qualification, then it is called confidential information, confidential data, or confidential knowledge. And so in the Bhagavad Gita, 3 degrees of knowledge have been explained progressively by the Lord so far. The first degree of knowledge is called Guhyam Jnanam, confidential knowledge. What is the confidential knowledge? We are not the body, we are soul. This is confidential knowledge. Why it is called confidential? Because not everybody can understand and appreciate this. It needs a certain qualification to even understand that I am not this body, I am soul. What is that qualification? Inquisitiveness. One must be inquisitive, jignasu, to know who am I. 99.99% of the people in this world, they are all busy running the rat race without bothering to know who they are actually. Therefore, it still remains confidential. Not everybody will be able to understand. It requires a certain qualification. That is jignyasa. Athato Brahma jignyasa. That's how the Vedic scriptures begin. The Vedanta Sutra begins. Now that you have come to the human form of life, please become inquisitive about Brahma jignyasa, about Brahman knowledge, about your real position as the soul. So this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is also called Brahma Vidya because it is talking about our original position as the soul. It is also called Atma Vidya, right? These are all the different names of Bhagavad Gita. So, first degree of knowledge is what? Guhyam. Guhyam Jnanam. What is that? I am soul, I am not the body. Now the second degree, the next level of confidential knowledge is called Guhyataram Jnanam. Guhyataram means more confidential. You are not the body or soul is one level of knowledge, but there is something more confidential above that. What is that? The knowledge of Paramatma. Paramatma is seated along with you in your own body. This is even more confidential. Where is God? You don't have to search Him anywhere. He is right there next to you. He is right in your heart. And that is Guhyataram. It is more confidential. Many people, even great philosophers, they misunderstand that both Atma and Paramatma are one and the same. There are no two souls, there is only one soul in the body. That's what they think. But according to the Bhagavad Gita, it is very clear there are two souls sitting in the body. One is the fruit-eating bird, the other one is the witnessing bird. This is the analogy given in the Upanishads, Katha Upanishad. So fruit-eating bird is you, the soul, who is busy enjoying the fruits of your own karma, enjoying or suffering. Whereas there is another bird, that is Paramatma, super soul, who is just witnessing and sanctioning all your activities. And he is also waiting when this fruit-eating bird will show interest in me. He is only interested in the fruits. This tree was planted by somebody. It is producing fruits. You are only busy with the fruits, but who is the owner of this tree? That you are not interested to know. That is why it is more confidential. One who is inquisitive to that degree. Okay, I am soul, but there must be some source for everything, no? What is that? To know that is guhyataram jnanam, more confidential knowledge. And then the third degree of knowledge is called most confidential knowledge, guhyatamam jnanam. What is that guhyatamam jnanam? I have an eternal relationship with the supreme lovable person. And I will be most happy only when I re-establish myself in that loving relationship with the supreme person. That is called most confidential, guhyatamam jnanam. Knowledge of bhakti yoga is the most confidential knowledge. In fact, both Atma and Paramatma, they are coming from that supreme person, Bhagavan. To have this understanding, this clarity, this is called most confidential knowledge. And to get access to this most confidential knowledge, one important qualification that Krishna is pointing out in the very first shloka of this chapter is one must be anasuyave, one must be anasuya. Asuya means envy. Anasuya means one must be non-envious. Why one must be non-envious to understand Bhagavan? Because the moment you say that the Supreme Absolute Truth is a person like you and me, and that person is Krishna, Bhagavan, and we have to surrender to Him, we have to serve Him, He is the Supreme Personality. The moment we think like this, the moment this concept is brought to you, first thing you will think that, why He is so special is it? He is also a person you are saying. He is also a person you are saying. But then why should I surrender to Him? What is so special about Him? Can I also become like Him? I am also as good as Him. We have all these theories. Therefore, unless you become free from this asuya, envy, you cannot understand Bhakti Yoga. Forget about practicing, you cannot even understand it. Actually, each one of us have this element of envy in us. That is why we are in this material world. The original envy that we have towards God is manifest in our dealings with people around us when we become envious of them. When we become envious of people around us, why are we envious of others? Oh, how can he enjoy more than me? How can this person have a better position than mine? How can he score more marks than me? Envy, jealousy, right? So we are envious of others. Why? Because originally we are envious of God. Our envy of God has brought us into this samsara chakra. This is pointed out by the acharyas. We may say, I am not envious of God. Maybe I am envious of others around me, but I am not envious of God. We may think like that. But no, we are envious of God. Why? Because given an option, we would like to lord over everybody. Correct? We always want to make sure that we have an upper hand over others. We want to pull down others. If you are made the director of IISc, first you will make sure that I should be situated in a good position. All the limitations that I had as a student, I should become free from that. And I should dictate, I should make laws, I should control people's lives. In fact, that is what is going on in this world. Every person wants to have an upper hand over the other person. This is called lording over tendency. All of us have this lording over tendency. That's what, given an option, we would have lorded over the whole world. But somehow our karma is limiting us. We may lord over one person, one individual, two people, a group of people, but still we lord over. So until we give up this lording over tendency, which is because of envy, we cannot actually practice bhakti yoga and surrender to Krishna. It's very important. So how to become free from this lording over tendency? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, one should always consider oneself very humble. Trinadapi sunichena taroriva sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Very simple. If you want to always chant the holy names of God, if you always want to surrender to remain yourself surrendered to Him, then you have to practice these three things. Number one, consider yourself Trunadapi sunichena, more humble than a blade of grass. If there is a blade of grass on the road, thousands of people walk over it, trample over it, it doesn't protest. So one must have humility like that. Of course, it doesn't mean that you allow others to trample over you. That is not the meaning. The meaning is, if somebody is not respecting me, it's okay. I don't bother. I don't get irritated. It's okay. I'm not expecting that someone should come and respect me. That is humility. Taroriva sahishnuna. A tree is very tolerant. Suppose if it is a nice tree, mango tree, full of mangoes, everybody goes and throws stones at it. In return, the mango tree gives mangoes. That is what? Sahishnuna, tolerance. Paradukha dukhi. Under envy, what we do? Para dukkha sukhi. We become. When others are unhappy, we become happy. It should happen like this only for him. Like this. This is all envy, because of envy. And then, amanina manadena. Don't expect respect from others, but be ready to offer all respects to others. This is very important. This is a principle every devotee must follow. Only then we can actually be called as a devotee. Otherwise we are calling, so much we want, people should give me respect. Why? Because I am in competition with God. I should get more respect. So we should give up this competition with God. We cannot become God. We can become godly. To become godly, we have to develop godly qualifications. And the first one is to become free from asuya, free from envy. There is another way in which we display our envy towards God in this material world. Suppose, the same example, suppose there are two friends, you and your friend. Okay, I'll tell you one story before that. There were two friends who actually did tapasya. They did tapasya, austerity to please God. They wanted some supernatural powers and all that. So both friends were sitting next to each other. They were doing tapasya. So after some time, after many years of tapasya, God appeared in front of them. First friend. The second friend was still in tapasya. First friend, God first appeared to him and said, "Oh, my dear devotee, please open your eyes. I am very happy. with your tapasya? What do you want? So the first friend, he was not so happy that God has appeared in front of him, but his question was, "Oh God, did you bless my friend already or not?" No, I have come to you first. Please tell me, what do you want? He said, "Let me ask something such that I will have an upper hand over my friend." He said, "Whatever my friend asks and you grant, 2 times that I should get. This is what I want. Double I should get. Double it." That means if my friend, you give, let's say, dominion over one entire universe, then for me you should give dominion over 2 universes. Like that. So God said, "Okay, let me go and ask what the second person wants." So he went to the second person and, "Please open your eyes, I'm pleased with your tapasya." So the second person also, "Did you already bless my friend?" "Yeah, I just now blessed him and came that whatever you're going to ask, he will get double of it." So immediately the second friend got irritated and he said, "Oh, what is this? That means whatever I ask, he'll get double? Arey, we both did tapasya together. We should get equal results. Why he got? So that means whatever I ask, he will get double of it. Oh, bahut nainsafi hai. This is not correct." So he was thinking, let me do something. Let me teach this fellow a nice lesson. He said, "My dear God, please bless me that I will lose one eye, one ear, one hand, one leg. Give me this blessing." So God is, what is this? What is this nonsense? Everybody does tapasya to improve, to get more. Whatever you already got, you want to lose it. No, I want this blessing only. Please give me. So God said, "Tathastu," went away. So he lost one eye, one ear, one hand, one leg. And the other fellow lost both the eyes, both the ears, both the hands, both the legs. Now this is what envy can do to you. The first person was thinking, "See, now I showed him, no? But he also lost." So when you're envious of others, you're also going to lose. Very important. So this fellow was so much blinded by envy that he didn't mind, let me suffer, but my friend should get double suffering, more suffering. This is envy. So envy, we should not be envious of others. Very important. So when we are envious of others, what does it mean? It means you are not happy the way God has kept you and the other person. You're not happy. You're complaining. You have a problem with God. That's what it means, right? Suppose some of your, let's say your friend, your classmate is very smart. Before the professor writes the question on the board, he will have the answer. So you will always keep seeing him. He will be the first person to answer. So you become unhappy, upset with that person. Why? Not because he's giving right answer. No, why are you upset? No. He is becoming the center of attraction. He is becoming a favorite of my professor. So that's why you are becoming. That means you are unhappy with the professor also. Correct, no? So the point is, when we are envious of others, it means we have complaint with God. We are not okay the way God has given you and him, others, your abilities, talents and whatever. That means you are cribbing, you are complaining. So with this cribbing and complaining mentality, how can you become a devotee? How can you actually engage in bhakti? It's not possible. It's not possible. Therefore, entry level condition itself is, if you want to know this most confidential knowledge, become free from envy. It is not easy because we have practiced being envious from many lifetimes. So it has become part of our thinking. The moment you see somebody, we compare. Oh, he is having better looks than me. Oh, he is smarter than me. Oh, he is this, he is that. This comparison disease it is. When you compare yourself with others, two things happen. If you are in a better position compared to the other person, you will become proud. If the other person is in a better position than you, you will become envious. In both the cases, this comparison only leads to problems for yourself, not for others, for yourself. When you become proud of yourself, proud goes before a fall. You will fall down very soon. If you are envious, you are not able to enjoy what you have. You are not able to enjoy what God has blessed you with. You are unhappy always. So this is a deadly thing. So therefore we should not compare ourselves with others. That is very important. Cherish your uniqueness. Each soul is unique. Each one of us is unique. Each one of us have a unique relationship with Krishna. Unique means what? Suppose in an office there are 20 people working, let's say. On one particular day, one of the employees fell sick, he applied leave, he didn't come. Now who will do his job for time being? The manager will say, okay, today is his job, you do. That means actually that employee who fell sick and who did not come, he is not irreplaceable. If he is not there, somebody else will do his job. Correct, no? Nobody is irreplaceable in this material world. We should think this, we should understand. Many times we think, if I am not there, what will happen to this world? Nothing will happen, it will be a better place. If you are not there, it will be a better place actually. Anyway, so nobody is irreplaceable. But with respect to Krishna and our relationship, we are actually irreplaceable. Each soul has got a unique relationship with Krishna. No one can take your position. That means we are all in the material world. Krishna is missing us in the spiritual world, each one of us. That is why he comes down to speak this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, to tell, what are you doing, Haribo? What are you doing here in the material world? I am missing you there. Please, chalo, come. So we have a unique relationship with Krishna. Don't forget this. Materially, in the material world, nobody is irreplaceable. But in the spiritual world, each soul is irreplaceable. Just understand. That means each person, each one, Krishna is missing each one of us. This should actually bring goosebumps to us. Oh, really? Without me, Krishna is missing me. Right? So when will somebody miss you? When they really love you. And they pay attention to you, all your details. They don't forget. Then it is missing. So anyway, so here the point is, Krishna is beginning this chapter saying that I shall instruct to you the most confidential wisdom, knowing which you will be free from all material miseries. And Arjuna, you are free from envy, therefore you are quite competent to understand this secret wisdom. Right? Actually, each shloka of Bhagavad Gita we can go on discussing. Okay, 10 hours also we can discuss each shloka, because it has got that much knowledge and application. So many things are there. But now we will continue. So therefore my request to you is, please read the purports. Please read the purports written by Srila Prabhupada. They give us more understanding about the verse applications. Now let's read the second shloka. Please repeat. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitramidam Uttamam Pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam Susukham kartum avyayam. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, And because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. So Krishna is giving a preface. The knowledge that he is going to talk about is not ordinary. It is king of all knowledge. It is most confidential. And simply by understanding this, one can get direct perception of truth, perception of self by realization. And it is joyfully performed. This Bhakti Yoga process is joyfully performed. So Prabhupada writes an elaborate purport explaining each word in that shloka. Text 3. Ashraddhadhana purusha dharmasyasya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsara vartmani. Those who are not faithful on the path of devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of foes, but return to birth and death in this material world. So faith is very, very important. Ashraddhadhana, if you are ashraddhavan, if you are faithless, then what will happen? You remain in the cycle of birth and death. But if you have faith and apply your faith in bhakti, then Krishna says you can attain me, you can become free from the cycle of birth and death. So faith is the starting point of our journey in spiritual life. The first milestone in spiritual life is faith, Shraddha. Without Shraddha, nothing will happen. Without Shraddha, you will not even come to this session. Correct, no? You have some faith, therefore you have come. So, Srila Rupa Goswami, one of the acharyas, explains the different stages in bhakti. Adav Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha. So, first is Shraddha. Then with Shraddha you come for Sadhu Sangha. You take association of devotees. And with that what happens? Bhajana Kriya. You start engaging in the process of chanting. Correct? First you have faith. If you imagine, if you actually go back in time, this is what you also have done. Many of you are chanting every day. What has happened to you? First with faith, you came to Prabhupada. You heard about what Prabhupada is saying. Then that is Sadhu Sangha. And that Sadhu Sangha has some impact, because of which you engaged in Bhajana Kriya. You engage in chanting. Right? And then when you chant nicely, what happens over a period of time? Anartha Nivritti happens. All the bad habits, addictions, all the wrong misgivings, wrong assumptions that we all have, we become free from that. Then what happens? What is the next? Nishtha. Firm conviction comes. Firm conviction. So Shraddha and Nishtha both may sound similar, but they are not same. Shraddha is Komala, it is very feeble faith, it is not very strong. Nishtha means very strong, based on philosophical conviction. So if you have to reach to that stage, from wherever, whatever faith you have to start with that. You may say, I don't have full faith, Prabhu, what to do? No, whatever little faith you have, you come with that faith and chant. You hear about Krishna. So then what happens? Then the engine starts, right? The journey starts. Therefore, Shraddha is very, very important. Without Shraddha, there is no possibility of doing anything. Not only in spiritual life, even in our daily transactions in this material world, we need Shraddha, we need faith. Correct, no? You're going to some shop to purchase something. With some faith only you're going, no? This person, he's giving me fruits. I have faith that he has not poisoned the fruits. Or you go to the hair cutting salon, right? You're sitting like that, and that person, the barber, will have knife. Just like this he can do, he can slit your throat. But you have faith, Shraddha. No, he will not slit my throat. So Shraddha is very important. Even in material affairs also. Don't think that, only in spiritual life we must have faith. In material life, everything, I'll go by science. What I see only I believe. Not like that. Our life itself is based on Shraddha. So Krishna is saying, if you don't have Shraddha in this process, what I am talking about, you will remain in this material world perpetually. Text 5. Nacha matsthani bhutani pashya me yogamaishwaram bhuta bhrunna cha bhutastho mamatma bhuta bhavanaha. And yet everything that is created, did I miss? Sorry. The fourth one. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakta murtina matsthani sarva bhutani nachaham teshvavasthitaha. By me in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. And yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, still myself is the very source of creation. Now these two shlokas, Krishna is speaking in a cryptic way. He's saying everyone is in me, I am not in them. He's saying, so what is the meaning of this? First of all, this entire world is a manifestation of Krishna's energy. That means Krishna is present everywhere in this material world in the form of his energy. That we call it as impersonal feature of God. This is a very big question for many people. Is God a person or is he impersonal? Does God have a form or is he formless? This is a question. So in these two shlokas, Krishna is answering that. Yes, as far as this material world is concerned, I am not personally present here. But I am present in the form of my energy. Whatever you see here, it is me only, not my personal form, my energy. Correct? So this is what the statement of the Upanishad, Sarvam Khalo Idam Brahma. Everything that you see is Brahman only. Brahman means energy of God. So whatever you see is energy of God. This table is energy of God. This book is energy of God. Everything. This mic stand is energy of God. My body is energy of God. I am also energy of God. In the 7th chapter we have understood that. Correct? Everything is energy of God. I told, right? In this existence, nothing exists apart from Krishna and his energies. That's why Sarvam Krishnamayam Jagat. Everything that you see is Krishna and his energies. So in this material world, Krishna is present in the form of his energies. Therefore, he is called impersonal, avyakta murti. So does it mean that... so there is one theory called theory of transformation. Parinamavada, Vivartavada. Two types of theories are there. Anyway, so some class of philosophers say that God only has become this universe. Therefore, God does not exist separately. God only this is universe. So, but Krishna is saying, no, it is not like that. My energies only are manifested here, but I am aloof from this world. I exist as a personality, as Bhagavan, and I am aloof from this entire existence. So, this material world, what we are seeing, this cosmic manifestation is God only, because it is his energies. But apart from this, God is personally present in his eternal abode, in the spiritual world. And he comes time and again to this material world as an avatara. That original personality comes because he is very compassionate upon all of us. So this is the opulence of Krishna. This is the mystic opulence of Krishna. Yoga Maishwaram. Krishna is Yogeshwara, he is the master of all mystic powers. So his very self is the cause of everything that exists. But apart from all this cosmic manifestation, which is the effect of Krishna's energy, Krishna is separately also present. So ultimately, Krishna, God is having a form. God is not formless. Correct? So there is a principle. The cause is greater than the effect. This is a principle. Cause is always greater than the effect. At the max, equal to the effect. But cause can never be lesser than the effect. I'll give you an example. Suppose I have 1 lakh rupees with me, and I have brought 1 lakh rupees, and I saw all of you are very nicely sitting and hearing Bhagavad Gita. So I thought all of you are very good people. I want to distribute this 1 lakh rupees to everybody. Right? And let's say there was somebody who came first today. He has come first. So I will give 80,000 rupees to Amrit. He came first. And in the remaining 20,000 rupees, I will distribute. Correct? Or I may even feel, let me give all 1 lakh rupees to Amrit only. I may feel that. And all others will get 0. So, can I give more than 1 lakh rupees? No, because I only have 1 lakh rupees. That means the effect is, each one of you, if I distribute, you will have maximum 1 lakh, minimum 0. Not more than 1 lakh. Correct? Now, we say God is the source of everything that exists. Now, all of us, we have forms. We all have forms or not? We are formless or we have forms? Forms. That means God must have a form. If God is formless, that means you are saying the cause is lesser than the effect. The cause is lacking what the effect has got. We all have got form, but God is formless. How is it possible? It is not at all making any sense. It is insensible. Yes, God has 2 aspects. He has formlessness also as one of his features, which is called Brahman. But he is also a personality, Bhagavan. This is very important to understand. Now, some philosophers, they say God is formless. They say, the moment you say God has a form, you are limiting him, they say. Now, your logic is wrong, because in your experience, you have only seen forms of limited people. Therefore, you are saying God's form also is limited like ours. It is just like, suppose President of India visits prison house, and all the prisoners will start thinking, oh, President has come to prison. That means he has also become like us. No, he has not become. He has come out of his own will. He has just come, not because he has done some criminal activity and he has been punished to be in the prison. No, he has come on his own. Just to see what is happening, he has come. Just because he has come doesn't mean he has become one of you, one among you. So when God comes to this material world, he comes in his original form, spiritual form. This is very important for us to understand. See, now we can see it is becoming a little difficult for us to understand. That's why it is most confidential. Right? So, God is a person. He has a form, but his personality is unlimited. His form is unlimited. Unlimited means that form does not have limitations that our body has, our forms have. For example, suppose now I am sitting here in this place. Correct? I cannot be present elsewhere with the same physical form in another place at the same time. Is it possible? That's the limitation of my form. But Krishna has no such limitations. He has no such limitations. Simultaneously, he is present everywhere. That Krishna demonstrated. Krishna is not simply saying, he demonstrated also. He married 16,108 women. And Krishna was personally present with each and every queen in Dwaraka simultaneously. This is the mystic opulence of Krishna. 16,000. He expanded himself into 16,108 forms. And with each queen, he was personally present. Not that queens have to wait for their turn. Mera number kab aayega? When will Krishna come to me? No. Krishna can expand himself and simultaneously he is present. That means time and space constraints do not apply to the form of Krishna. That is the form of Krishna. We have to understand this. So therefore, he is saying that he is aloof from this material world. Everything is coming from him. Therefore, the theory that God is impersonal is wrong. It is wrong. Impersonalism is one of the features of God. Right? But he is ultimately a person. Okay, sixth one. Yathakasha sthito nityam Vayu sarvatra go mahan Tatha sarvani bhutani Matsthani tyupadharaya. As the mighty wind blowing everywhere always rests in ethereal space, know that in the same manner all beings rest in me. So, wind may be blowing anywhere and everywhere, but it is within the space. Beyond space it cannot go. Of course, the space itself is a question mark. What is the end of space only we can't understand. So a material thing called space itself appears to be unlimited. How much ever you go and explore the universe is still there. Nobody has said, come to the conclusion that this is a boundary of the universe. So if this material manifestation itself is unlimited, then what to speak of the spiritual form of God? It is unlimited, without any limitations. So, even though the mighty wind blows everywhere, it rests within the space. In the same way, all living beings, we may be doing so many things, but we are resting on God. That means God, Krishna, is the support of everything that exists. Sarva bhutani kaunteya prakritim yanti mamika kalpakshaye punastani kalpadav visrujamyaham. O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, every material manifestation enters into my nature, and at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I again create. Prakritim swama avashtabhya visrujami punah punaha bhutagramamimam krishnam avasham prakriter vashat. The whole cosmic order is under me. By my will it is manifested again and again, and by my will it is annihilated at the end. If you are envious, we will not be able to appreciate this. Oh, what is this? Krishna is boasting himself. Everything is happening according to me only. He is boasting. Of course, 11th chapter, Krishna shows his universal form. Whatever Krishna spoke, he demonstrates also. That is one important thing. Simply in the air is not simply throwing some googly. Nowadays, there are so many so-called incarnations of God. They say everything, so many things they say. Huh? But can they demonstrate the universal form? And doing some magic, they will bring ash out of nowhere. Ash. Or they'll put some lemon and give you. So somebody challenged, can you produce a pumpkin? No, pumpkin will not fit inside the kurta. Only small things will fit. So you'll do something and take like this. So, and some so-called bogus Swamijis, they were known to produce gold. If you go for darshan, to different devotee, he will give different things. For somebody ash, for somebody gold. Gold ring he will give. So Prabhupada challenges, Prabhupada says, This fellow is able to produce only one small ounce of gold. You are accepting him as God. But Krishna has produced gold mines. Why don't you accept him? Huh? So, who is greater? One who produces 1 gram gold or one who has produced gold mines? So that is real God. Isn't it? So Krishna is saying that everything has come from me. He is the one who has created everything. So therefore, today I was just coming from temple to IISc. Generally, I came in auto. Generally, I have a conversation with the auto drivers to know what, generally I speak to them. So today the auto driver picked me up and he said, oh, temple. He saw my dress and said, oh, you're from temple, like that. So I asked him, have you come visited our temple, like that? He said, 15 years back I visited, and from the past 15 years I have not visited any temple. I have not gone to any temple. So I was a little curious. Why? What happened? I asked. Then he said, 15 years back I had a very bad health condition and I prayed to all gods. Nothing worked. Therefore, from that day, I've stopped believing in God. I don't come to temples, he said. So, the point is what? First of all, people don't know what is God, who is God, or what is God, what is my relationship with God. People don't know. So, God is one bellboy. Bellboy, just press the bell, he should come in front of you and say, what do you want, my dear sir? Like genie, Aladdin genie, he had a lamp. If you just do that, genie will come. Kya hukum hai mere aaka? He will ask. If you've seen this Arabian Nights, Aladdin, what do you want? He'll ask. You do like this, bring me all varieties of fruits. Jo hukum ho mere aaka? He'll go disappear and bring all varieties of fruits. He's a good genie, good person. So many people's understanding about God is this. Whatever I want, he should give me. If I pray, he should give me. Then I believe that he exists. If he doesn't give what I want according to my expectation, he doesn't exist only. Please understand. So for many people, God is like a bellboy. Prayer kiya, prarthana kiya, kuch nahi hua. Therefore, I stopped going to temples. So the point is, we should actually understand God is not some cheap thing like that. It's not some, I wanted this, he didn't give, so therefore there is no God. That's all. That means so shallow people's understanding about God is. And that is why there are so much of atheistic propaganda, so much of conversions going on also, unfortunately. Prabhupada talks about this. It was happening in the US also that time. So every Sunday morning, generally churches would be very crowded. Pious people, Sunday morning, Sunday mass, they'll go and attend the church. So lot of people used to attend the church. After the mass prayer is over, they'll all be going out. Correct? So the communists will go outside and they'll be waiting when this church Christians come out. So they will have a one-to-one talk with them. So they will ask, communist will ask that Christian, what did you pray? He said, I prayed to God for my daily bread. Correct? This is one of the standard prayers in Christianity. Oh God, please bless me with give me my daily bread. So I said, I prayed to God, oh God, please give me my daily bread. Then the communist will ask, did God give you? No, he didn't give me. Take, I'm giving you. The communist will give the bread. Now you tell me who is great? I am great, or your God who didn't give you bread, he is great. That means without the God whom you prayed to, he didn't give. That means what is the use of praying to God? There is no God. You work hard, you grow grains, you make bread and you eat. That's all. This is how they used to preach communism. What is this called? Communism, it is called. Communism. So, now the person who is coming out of the church, he does not have proper understanding to reply back. So therefore he will easily get brainwashed. Either he will get brainwashed, become communist, or he will simply accept and he'll go away. He does not have proper answer to tell. See, if you actually read Prabhupada books, you will have, first of all, you will become convinced. Why should I chant? Why should I consider Krishna to be the supreme? What is my relationship with Krishna? We'll get conviction. Not only that, you will get conviction, you'll be able to explain to others also with conviction. So therefore, we must, Acharyavan Purusho Veda, it is said. One who is guided by an Acharya, a bona fide Acharya, he only can understand the Vedas. Otherwise, this is confidential knowledge, not everybody can understand. So therefore, one must be guided by a bona fide spiritual master, get proper understanding. Only then one can actually have clarity about things in life. Otherwise, it is just some hodgepodge, some ritual. Somebody told me I should go to temple, I'll go. And somebody will come and tell more forcefully, no need to go to temple, then you will not go. That means you don't have any personal understanding yourself. Somebody told you went, somebody told don't go, you didn't go. What is this? This is what is happening. And because of this, because people are not reading our scriptures, that's why all this, so many isms are coming up. All these isms are useless. So we have to study Bhagavad Gita nicely. Okay. Nachamam tani karmani Nibadnanti dhananjaya Udasina vadasinam Asaktam teshu karmasu. O Dhananjaya, all this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached, seated as though neutral. Mayadhyakshena prakriti Suyate sacharacharam Hetunanena kaunteya Jagad viparivartate. This material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it is producing all moving and unmoving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Another class of philosophers say, nature is supreme. Nature only is God. But nature, no doubt it produces so many wonderful things. But there is somebody operating that nature. Very important. You may have the most complex supercomputer with you. But for that computer to function, someone has to at least push the start button. Who is pushing the button? He is controlling that supercomputer. Similarly, nature is like a supercomputer. It is producing so many varieties of species of life. Nature itself is so wonderful. But Krishna is saying, don't think it is independently working. It is under my guidance, under my superintendence, nature is able to produce all this. So therefore, Prakriti is always controlled by Bhagavan. So we have to understand this. Avajananti mamudha Manushim tanumashritam Param bhavamajananto Mama bhuta maheshwaram. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature and my supreme dominion over all that be. So as Krishna, when he comes to the material world, people think, foolish people think, he's also like an ordinary person. Maybe he has some more yogic powers, that's why he's able to do some miracles. But he's also like us only. But they don't know what is the real position of Krishna. Next. Moghasha mogha karmano Mogha jnana vicetasaha Rakshasi masurim chaiva Prakritim mohinim shritaha. Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demoniac and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. So foolish people, they may make advancement in knowledge, but they're actually advancing in the negative direction. So just like number line, center is 0. On the right side you As you progress, value is increasing. On the left side also you can progress, but value keeps decreasing. Now the present civilization which says that there is no need of God, godless civilization is definitely making progress, but on the left hand side of the number line. Right? So we are making so much advancement. We are able to go to the moon, we are able to go there, so many things. But are we happy? Are we satisfied? No. Finally, people are not happy. So why they are not happy? Because they are not realized what is their actual position. Without knowing who you are, you're doing so many things and thinking that all this will make me happy. That is a problem, the loophole with the modern outlook, which is godless in nature. Mahatmanastu mam partha Daivim prakritim ashritaha Bhajanti ananya manaso Jnatva bhutadim avyayam. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So who is real Mahatma that Krishna is saying here? Right? Many times we keep, in our country it is a trend, when somebody is a great person we give the title Mahatma. But who is Mahatma? This is Mahatma. One who has taken shelter of the divine energy of God. Bhajanti ananya manasaha, one who is always engaged in devotional service to Krishna. Bhaja, the word bhaja is the root word for bhakti. Bhajanti means they engage in bhakti. Ananya manasaha means without letting their mind anywhere else. So they continue to engage in devotional service to Krishna constantly. Such people are called Mahatmas. Simply by becoming a political leader, you cannot become a Mahatma. That is a point. Satatam kirtayanto mam yadantascha dhrida namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. So this shloka talks about what are the activities in which Mahatmas are always busy in. Satatam kirtayanto mam, always chanting my glories. So one cannot become a Mahatma without glorifying the Supreme Lord. One has to always use his ability to speak to glorify God, to chant his holy names. Such a person is Mahatma. Endeavoring with great determination, in spite of difficulties, they don't give up bhakti. Just to compromise with the situations, they do not compromise with bhakti. That is Mahatma. And they bow down before me with great soul. These great souls perpetually worship me in devotion. Perpetually means always. Not that whenever it is in my favor, I will worship. Whenever it is not in my favor, I will not. So we can see this kind of a behavior in the politicians, especially during the election campaigning. Just to woo the vote bank, so they go to one particular community dressed like that community and they offer prayers like that community. They'll go to another place, they'll change another dress according to that community. They will also pray, talk like that to woo those people. No, they are not Mahatmas, they are Duratmas, opposite. Duratma. Duratma means according to change, circumstance, my faith will change. Everything will change. Because originally I have nothing. I am zero. I have no faith. I will keep reasons. Whatever is favorable for me, I will do that. But Mahatmas are not like that. Real Mahatmas, they do not compromise. That is very important. Jnana yagnena chapanye yajanto mamupasate ekatvena prathatvena bahudha vishvato mukham Others who are engaged in the cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second, diverse in many and in the universal form. Aham kraduraham yajnaha swadhaham aham aushadham swadhaham aham aushadham mantroham aham evajyam aham agnir aham hutam. But it is I who am the ritual, I the sacrifice, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant. I am the butter and the fire and the offering. So everything is Krishna, right? That means the idea in the Vedas it is said, Yagno vai Vishnuhu. Yajna is Vishnu only. What is the meaning of that? Yajna is the way to please Vishnu. So all the yajnas, all the rituals that you are doing are supposed to be done for pleasing Vishnu or Krishna. If that spirit is lost, simply the ritual will be there. It's of no use. So while we are doing any ritual, the spirit should be added to it. The spirit is everything is done for pleasing Krishna. If that spirit is not there, it's of useless ritual. It's of no use. So that is what Krishna is saying. So when you are doing the sacrifice, when you are doing the yajna, when you are chanting the mantras, when you are offering the ahuti, when you are offering the ghee, butter into the fire itself, everything is me only. Be conscious of me while doing all this. Correct? That is the meaning. A lot of people do this yajnas just for show off. Correct? The Kali Yuga, actually in Kali Yuga yajnas are not recommended at all. Fire yajnas are not recommended in Kali Yuga. Because to do the fire yajnas, the mantras have to be chanted appropriately. And we do not have qualified brahmanas who can chant those mantras appropriately. So whatever yajna is being done, it is simply a kind of extravagant function. And people get some mental satisfaction only. And some people promote themselves, oh, I am doing yajna like this. But the spirit is, while you are doing yajna, are you being conscious of Krishna or not? If you are not conscious of Krishna, all the yajna is useless. So the easiest yajna that anybody can do in this Kali Yuga as recommended in the scriptures is Sankirtana yajna. Just by doing Sankirtana yajna, we can please the Supreme Lord, Krishna. Actually, yajna is meant for pleasing Krishna. And easiest way to please Krishna in this Kali Yuga is Sankirtana yajna. Very simple. What is that? Just gather together in one place, chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, right? Offer some food to the Lord, distribute prasadam. That's all. That is Sankirtana yajna. Anybody can do this anywhere. So therefore, this is the most practical process. Pitahamasya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkara ruk samayajureva. I am the father of this universe, the mother, the support and the grandsire. I am the object of knowledge, the purifier and the syllable Om. I am also the Rik, the Sama and the Yajur Vedas. So Krishna is the Supreme Father. He is the mother. He is the support. He is the grandsire. He is the object of all knowledge. He is the purifier. And he is the syllable Om. Omkara is representation of Krishna. So Omkara, any Vedic mantra begins with Om. Correct? Suppose you are saying Om Agnaye Namaha. So actually, whom you are worshipping? Actually the mantra is about Agni. But even to worship Agni, First you have to say Om, and that Om is Krishna. So when you're saying Om Agnaye Namaha, that means first I'm offering Om, means Oh my Lord Krishna. You're saying that first. Similarly, Om Namah Shivaya, if you're saying, first you're saying Om. Om refers to Krishna. This is what Bhagavad Gita says. So all devatas are actually parts and parcels of Krishna. When Krishna showed his universal form, Virat Rupa, within that universal form, all the devatas, including Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Varuna, Vayu, all the devatas, Vasus, Rudras, Adityas, everybody, Krishna showed that they are all my parts only. Correct? So therefore, just like when you water a tree, you water the root of the tree. Then the entire tree, all the parts will get water. Similarly, when we are worshipping Krishna, you are actually worshipping all the devatas, all the 33 crore devatas. Sarva Devamayo Harihi, Bhagavatam says. Sarva Devamayaha. Within Hari, all the devatas are present. All the devatas are dependent on Hari. That is the meaning. Next. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Suhrat Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam Nidhanam Bijam Avyayam. I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I am the creation and the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place, and the eternal seed. So everything is Krishna. So becoming Krishna conscious means to realize that Krishna is my goal, He is my shelter, He is my sustainer, He is my master, He is the witness of all my activities, He is my refuge, He is my intimate friend, and everything is sustained by Him only. He is the imperishable seed. So realizing God in every aspect of our life, being conscious of Him in every aspect of our life, that is called Krishna consciousness. Tapamyaham aham varsham nighrunam utsrujami cha amritam chaiva mrityuscha sadasachaham arjuna. O Arjuna, I control heat, the rain and the drought. I am immortality and I am also death personified. Both being and non-being are in me. So, everything is Krishna. Now today's topic is God playing favorites? We have not yet reached that shloka. Anyway, what we'll do now, we'll go to that shloka, 29. Please go to 29. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi te teshu chapyaham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. So let us understand this. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. Aham samaha. Krishna is saying, towards all bhuteshu, all living entities. Krishna is equal to everybody. What does it mean? He is equal to everybody. We may see in this world, oh, somebody is rich, somebody is poor, somebody is tall, somebody is short, somebody is learned, somebody is foolish. Where is equality? Krishna is saying, I'm equal to everybody. I'm equal to all living entities. But in the material world, when you see, you don't see that equality. So what is equality that Krishna is talking about here? So, equality means here opportunity to attain him is equal to everybody. Just like before the battle of Kurukshetra, Arjuna and Duryodhana both approached Krishna and both had equal opportunity to choose Krishna. But Duryodhana chose Narayani Sena, Arjuna chose Krishna. So Krishna is equally available to everybody. Wherever you are born, in whichever family, whichever country, whichever, whatever it is, you are born, you are black, white, you are tall, you are short, everybody has got equal opportunity to choose Krishna. There Krishna is not limiting. He is available. Especially now in the modern age, after Srila Prabhupada took this Hare Krishna Mahamantra all over the world, beyond any doubt we can say that Krishna is easily accessible to everybody. Maybe earlier there was a time where only in India, only those who know Vedic culture, they understood Bhagavad Gita. But today it is not like that. Today anybody can understand Bhagavad Gita in any language. Any language. 200 plus languages Bhagavad Gita is translated. Anybody can understand. Therefore he is Samaha. He is equal to everybody. Just like another example, teacher in the class. This shloka fits very nicely to this example. Teacher in the class, she is teaching the same subject matter equally to everybody. She is Samaha. She is teaching the same subject matter to all the 600 or 60 students in the class. Correct? Teacher is not envious. See, when I'm teaching some important thing which question will come for the exam, I will send off some students out of the class because I don't want them to pass. So then you can say teacher is playing favorites. Correct? But not like that. Everybody. In fact, teacher pays special attention to dull students. Sometimes we see that. Backbenchers. She goes specially and repeats. So she is equally teaching to everybody. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyosti na priyaha. I don't have some, this person I should give him more marks, so I will call him separately and teach more. And this fellow I don't want him to pass. When I'm teaching important topic, I'll send him out of the class. Not like that. A good teacher will never do that. She is not partial. She is equal to everybody. But the second line you see. So God is also like that. Krishna is also like that. He is equally available to everybody. He has given fair chances to everybody. Everybody can perform their karma. Based on your karma, you get your result. So he is equal to everybody in that way. Law of karma is also equal to everybody. Law of karma is Krishna's justice. You may escape the law court of this world, but you cannot escape the justice of karma. So there Krishna is fair to everybody. Suppose somebody is a US president and he has done some sinful activity. The law of karma will not leave him. He cannot escape. He has to suffer that karma. Oh no, I am president of US, so how can I? No. Whatever you are, you have to. Correct? So that's why Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. Law of karma equal to everybody. It does not play favorites. Right? Just like, suppose there is a judge in the court, he's hearing both the sides of the case, argument. And after hearing, he says, this fellow should be given, he should pay 10 lakh rupees compensation, and this fellow should be freed. He should be paid compensation. This fellow should be imprisoned 10 years. Now, the judge, is he playing favorites? If he is a fair judge, if his judgment is not bought, he will apply the same law, Constitution of India, to both the sides. And through the eyes of this law, he will see the actions performed by both the parties, and accordingly he will To somebody he will punish, to somebody he will give compensation. So therefore, this is called Samoham. He is equal to everybody. So Krishna is equal to everybody. But the third line you see, Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mayi te teshu chapyaham. But if somebody is my devotee, for them I will pay special attention. Right? Just like teacher also in the class, she is teaching equally everybody. Everybody has got equal opportunity to get 100 out of 100, let's say. But some students, they are very obedient and they do their assignments on time. They may go to staff room and say, is there anything I can do for you? They want to do some service to the teacher. Then the teacher will note that student, and that student will be in the good books of that teacher. Other people may say, hey, chamcha giri kar raha hai, like this. They say, right? He is a chamcha of, right? They say. But actually the teacher has noted the good nature and reciprocation of that student. So she has more feelings for that student. It's very normal, right? Personality means like that. Personality means what? I have relationship, I have loving exchange with the other person. And if somebody is going an extra mile, I will also go an extra mile for that person. This is very natural. This is what impersonalists cannot understand. That's why bhakti is outside the boundary of impersonalists. They can't understand. How for one person Krishna came like Narsimha from pillar? Oh, how is this possible? For one person he came? Yes, because he went an extra mile. God also comes an extra mile for him. Prahlad. Correct, no? That is the meaning of the second line. Ye bhajantu tu mam bhaktya mahi te teshu chapyaham. A person who is, I am actually equal to everybody. I have no specific favorites and I don't envy anybody. But if somebody is my devotee, I will become his devotee. That's all. Actually, Prabhupada writes in one place, Krishna becomes the devotee of his devotees. So that is Krishna. So Krishna goes an extra mile. Because a devotee goes an extra mile. He goes through so many challenges in this material world, so many obstacles he goes through, but still he does not forget Krishna. He renders service to Krishna in all circumstances. Therefore, Krishna also says, no problem. For him, I can do anything. So this is the love that Krishna has for his devotees. Therefore, devotee's position is very, very special, very high. The Vedic scriptures say, among thousands of human beings, one may be a Brahmana. Among all such 1,000 Brahmanas, Brahmana means proper Brahmana, who is following the rules of the scriptures properly. Among such thousands and thousands of Brahmanas, one may be a Veda Paraga, one who is well versed in all the Vedas. Among such thousands of Veda Paragas, one may be a Vaishnava, a devotee of Lord Vishnu. And among such thousands of devotees of Lord Vishnu, hardly there is one who is very, very dear to Krishna, who has captured Krishna's heart. Eka bhaktir vishishyate. So he's, with his unmotivated, unflinching service, he has won the heart of Krishna. So that is there. So equal opportunities are there for everybody, but based on your choice, Krishna reciprocates with you. And see, just like Pandavas, Krishna became chariot driver for the Pandavas. Krishna became messenger for the Pandavas. Krishna became everything for them. Counselor. Whenever they need they're in trouble, they want to consult, Krishna is there to give consultation. Right? When they wanted to send across a message to the Kauravas before the battle of Kurukshetra, Krishna personally went as a messenger. Then Arjuna said, can you become my chariot driver? Yes, I'll become. The Supreme Lord who is controlling the entire cosmic manifestation, he is becoming controlled by Arjuna's directions. Arjuna is saying, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratham Sthapayame Achyuta. Oh Krishna, please park the chariot in between the two armies. Krishna said, okay, I will park. Arjuna said, take right, he'll take right. Take left, he'll take left. See? So Krishna becomes controlled by the pure love of his devotees. Right? Krishna says, I am not independent. I am fully dependent on my devotees. Krishna likes to be controlled by his devotees. This is another feature of Krishna's personality. He likes, he enjoys. When Mother Yashoda chases after Krishna with a stick, when Mother Yashoda ties Krishna, Krishna enjoys that. Oh, everybody is only worshipping me, but here is Mother Yashoda. She is tying me with love of motherly affection. He enjoys that. So we have to understand, this is the most confidential knowledge. So Krishna is saying, I'm available to everybody, but for my devotees, I am especially available. So this is the meaning of personality. We will discuss some more things in the next session. So the answer to this question is God playing favorites? No, he's not playing favorites. He's fair to everybody. But if you use your free will to choose him over everything else in all circumstances, if you become totally devoted to him, he will also become devoted to you. He'll always be available for you. It is said, till he distributes the beads, even though Krishna was in Dwaraka, Pandavas were in Indraprastha. Krishna spent so much time in Indraprastha only, more than Dwaraka. Because the Pandavas' love was attracting him. Krishna is all attractive. He attracts everybody. But Krishna gets attracted by the pure love of the devotees. That is his special feature. So Krishna would not mind doing up and down many trips from Dwaraka to Indraprastha. Whenever they needed, Krishna was there. Right? Whenever they needed, Krishna was personally there. Many incidents like that in the Mahabharata. Whenever they remembered, immediately Krishna would appear. Right? When there is love, distance doesn't matter. Of course, here Krishna is a special personality. He does not have to actually physically travel. But still he traveled also. Please distribute. So that is the position. We all know this incident of Durvasa Muni coming, the Akshaya Patra incident, right? Correct? Draupadi had eaten her meals. Then Durvasa Muni came with his thousands of disciples for lunch. They said, we will go to Yamuna, take bath and come. But no food to feed. And Durvasa Muni can become angry and curse them. So immediately they remembered Krishna, and Krishna immediately appeared there. That's why Krishna is called Apad Bandhava. Bandhava means relatives. There are many relatives, but relatives, when we are in apat, when we are in difficulty, they may not show up. When you are partying, they will come. But Krishna is the only bandhu whom a devotee can fully bank upon in difficult circumstances, in any circumstance. So that is the speciality of becoming a devotee of the Lord. So we should all become devotee of Krishna. That is the message of Bhagavad Gita, very clear. There is no other message. Many people have tried to write commentaries and they want to take out their own agenda from Bhagavad Gita. Somebody wrote commentary on Bhagavad Gita, said the message of Bhagavad Gita is ahimsa. That's not the message. Ahimsa may be there, but that's not the core message. But the real message is surrender to me, Krishna says. So we should all make it a point that Krishna remains our top priority in our lives every day. And that is possible when we chant Hare Krishna mantra. How to make Krishna as part of your daily life? By chanting. Because in the current Kali Yuga, the active incarnation of Krishna, who is available, with whom we should spend time, is the Nama avatar. We should chant. 5,000 years ago, Krishna was personally present. Pandavas took advantage of being in his association. Now you may say Krishna is not personally present now. No, Krishna is present. Kali Kale Krishna Nama Rupa Avatar. Krishna is incarnated in Kali Yuga in the form of Nama, Hare Krishna mantra. So the more we spend time with Hare Krishna mantra, we are actually spending time with Krishna. That is a way to surrender to Krishna, to chant. Please chant. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare